say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How's it going, fellow patriots? It's good to be here today. Good to see you once again. I hope everything's going well in your world today. Wanted to get you guys a full-blown edited video today, and it just didn't happen the way I wanted it to. Nothing ever does. So unfortunately, today you get AP unplugged somewhat. I'll try to keep the edits down to a minimum, but out of respect for your time, I don't want you to sit here and listen to me babble on and waste any of your time when I can edit some of that stuff out. So here we go. Yesterday was Veterans Day 2019, and just wanted to take a few minutes to thank our veterans for their service, but at the same time I wanted to go over some different ideas that we may have, some different ways that we as patriots can maybe rise above the normal thank you and do something a little more for our veterans. So let's talk a little about that. First of all, Veterans Day should be every day of the year, not just one day. They sacrifice life and limb for us, and they get one measly day out of the year. Not on our watch, baby. Also, I want us to take a minute to think about sacrifice. We always hear about how our men and women in the military sacrifice so much, but I don't know that we ever think much beyond that. When we hear about their sacrifice, we immediately, or I know I do, we immediately think about life or death. They put their life on the line for us, and that is absolutely 100% true. But I think there are several other things that factor in that they sacrifice as well that we don't consider all the time and that may not be very apparent on the surface. So let's look at a few of those. So I just looked at the current military pay scale, which shows what each rank gets paid, and a new recruit, somebody that just went in the military, gets a whopping salary of $1,680.90 a month. Minus taxes, that's kind of an unimpressive number for someone just trying to live through everyday life. That's make things a little rough. If you figure that into a 40-hour week, which obviously if they're deployed or what have you, that's going to be more than that. But if you figure it on a 40-hour week, that after taxes figures somewhere in the $8 an hour range. Not very much for getting shot at or putting your life on the line. Let's also take this into account. Anybody that knows about compounding interest knows that it's always better to invest early in life than later in life. Time can be your friend or it can be your enemy, but it's always better to start early. And military personnel usually kind of give up that luxury because they could go just about anywhere else and make more money. But instead they sacrifice for their country, and they kind of give up that luxury of being able to invest early. For the service members with families, let's think about how their time away affects them. And usually we always think of that as a bulk item, just time away from family. But let's dive a little deeper into some things that might involve. Let's think of all the firsts they might miss in their child's life for those who have young kids. First steps, first words, first day of school. For any of those with teenagers, a little bit older kids, all the dinner conversations they're going to miss, accomplishments the kids have made throughout their day that they'd just love to share with the parents, but they can't. The spouse is the one that gets to relish that and enjoy that. And sure, a lot of these moments can be captured on video, but they can never be replayed live, and can never be re-seen live and all that. And it does make a difference. So that's a huge sacrifice. They're sacrificing a huge chunk of their life with their kids. While we're talking about the spouse, let's talk about what they get to endure. Even though they do get to spend more time with the children, they get to see them more. They are also the ones that get the brunt of holding down the fort while the others deployed. Busted water pipes or clogged toilets or kid's broken leg, whatever happens, they get to deal with that. That's got to be a ton of added stress on their life. but they're the ones that have to handle that. All the while dealing with being separated from their best friend. And to top it all off, those who've seen combat get to come back and deal with all the demons that entails, all the nightmares and everything else. So some handle it obviously better than others, but I don't think anyone comes back from war unchanged. So what are some of the ways we can help our vets? Obviously, if you see one in line at the grocery store, convenience store, what have you, restaurant, offer to buy their lunch or their dinner or buy whatever they're purchasing. That's obviously a way we can help. Many of our veterans have never had the opportunity to see the memorials and the monuments that are dedicated to them and their fallen friends. The Honor Flights program helps to send those veterans to Washington, D.C. to look at those memorials. I've had the honor of talking with a couple of guys in my lifetime that participated in that program, and you can tell that it was a very moving and very emotional experience for them. It really showed them how much their fellow Americans cared for them. So you can get online and see how you can donate to that program. Guys, get involved with some type of a Veterans Assistance Program. Your local DAV should be able to put you in touch or steer you in the right direction to get in touch with veterans in your local area that could use help with anything from lawn care to shopping for groceries, just running various errands. If you know of someone who's currently deployed, load up your wife and kids, knock on their door and say, we know your spouse is deployed, we know you probably have a lot on your plate, and we would like to take care of your lawn work this summer, if that would help you out. It'd be a great opportunity for you guys to serve as a family. Your kids will learn about sacrifice. They'll learn that sports, video games, and smartphones really don't have much of a positive impact on the world around them, but taking care of their fellow Americans, their veterans, that can make a huge impact. At the same time, your kids' patriotism will flourish, and they'll realize that their sports heroes and entertainers and singers are merely entertainment, but our veterans, they truly are the real heroes. Guys, this is just a few ways we can reach out and do something beyond a thank you. But I know you patriots, and I know you're sharp, you're smart, and I know that you can come up with some innovative ways to bless your fellow veterans. We have an obligation, a sacred duty to take care of our veterans and their families who've sacrificed so much so that you and I can live free, so that I can set up my lights and make goofy movies when I want to, so you can do what you do. And so let's do that. Let's serve our veterans. Let's take care of them, watch over them, and guys, rise above. Talk to you guys later. Love you. Take care.